I'm pretty excited to put a Swaybar on and see how it drives.
Of course, Eric says the first thing you should do is always do a Swaybar. We're gonna do an initial impression, see what it's like to drive. We'll install it, we'll take it out again and see if he was right.
Of course I'm right, Swaybars are always the best first mod.
Let's take it out for a drive and see if it really needs this sway bar. All right, driving the 2004 Mazda 2.3. It's a great little car. It's in great shape. Again, one owner. He was very meticulous with keeping it in shape and doing his regular maintenance.
Here's the most important part of testing a car, a corner.
It actually handles itself pretty well.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at how it's handling.
Yeah, definitely wobbles.
So what kind of a difference do you think there might be with the Swaybar install?
The wobble that I'm feeling specifically behind me. And when you're turning in, you have that initial lurching that should not go away entirely, but should tighten up really nicely. It's great to actually finally have a chance to push it through some bends. Up where I live, I don't really get a lot of that. And I've had the car for about a month. And so initial impressions, even better than what I thought it was gonna be. It's surprisingly well planted. When you're going through the turns, it definitely moves around you a lot. So I can't imagine doing stuff like autocross. It would probably be almost a joke. But for now, I think what we need to do is have you take the wheel, Mr. Mid-engine rear-wheel drive MR2 guy, and see what you think.
All right, let's do it. I mean, the steering on this is actually pretty like heavy.
Yeah.
In a good way. It's not like very light.
No, I like it.
Don't modify your car, just a little, just Swaybar.
Yeah, just a tiny little bit.
So as you can see in the horizon, there's some body roll.
Yes.
So that was at a low speed.
It's funny, it's a lot
so
more noticeable as a passenger because you're not
Yes.
connected to the thing.
Yeah, so when you did it, I was like, oh God. Take it to a couple autocross events, maybe a track day or two.
Yeah.
And but mostly just leave it unmodified. Here comes some corners. This actually feels pretty good. I'm pretty excited to put a Swaybar on and see how it drives.
Me
I
too.
really want to know how it feels, because it's been a while. I remember when I put my Swaybar on my MR2, I was floored with how different it was. And so now I really want to prove it. This car has no other mods. See if we can make it a little better with just cheap junkyard Swaybar stuff. If you've been watching this whole video so far thinking, I don't really know what a Swaybar is, I will explain it very quickly. So basically, this is a spring, just like the springs that are attached to your wheels, except this spring connects the left and right wheels, and it helps stop the car from rolling left and right. So you're basically increasing your stiffness across the car. You're not affecting dive when you get on the brakes. You're not affecting squat when you get on the gas. You're only affecting that right and left stiffness. So if you imagine your car is leaning in a corner, this wheel is now squished up in the wheel well over here. That's gonna push this side of the bar up. And if you have this opposite wheel picked up off the ground, what's gonna happen is it's gonna cause the car to drop down again. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna explain here. You can look up way more about this stuff if you want, but let's get back to installing the Swaybar.
We're in the garage. What's the first step?
We need to jack up the car
I could have guessed that.
because we can't fit under there. By the way, we have channel members now, so you can watch like crappy bloopers and stuff.
What's $1?
If you don't have a spare dollar, you're probably not working on cars.
Actually, I think you probably are working on cars.
Yeah. You might be right there.
Actually. All right. Now, returning to our normal program.
Anyway,
So we're on jacks, and unfortunately, immediately I noticed something.
There's a little puddle there next to my rear left, and my shock is completely soaked.
Yeah.
See how that shine?
Yeah.
It's soaked. And you
That
can see a
thing
little
is-
bit of a puddle down there, so that is...
That thing is oily as crap.
That
It's
thing
so
is
bad
bad.
it's dripping. Actually, that would fail an inspection.
Well...
Like usually if it's drippy, that's bad news. And that one's bad too. So along with the Swaybar, some shocks will also really help with the riding experience.
Yep.
We're under the car, we're gonna see where the Swaybar is. So if you look,
Okay, so this comes off,
right,
those come off, and then we just undo them here. So what? That's, yeah, 8 bolts.
yeah,
Wow. What could possibly go wrong?
it should be easy.
Should is a bad word.
It should be very easy.
Should. Alright, tell you later, Lizzie.
I always have that problem when I'm under the car.
Yeah, when I'm up. Whoa. Nice, love that. That's so good.
Well, the end link is proving to be the most annoying part. There's an Allen key thing at the top, like basically every end link ever.
You can see one of that.
And it's finally coming off.
Come on. Out with the old. So I guess we just put in the new one.
Before we do that, I want to grab the new one and lube up the bushings.
Sure.
With some silicone lube.
Yeah,
So
good call.
do that, and then I'll chuck it at you.
Here we go. All right, so in theory, it should be easier to install because nothing is welded against itself.
These chassis brackets we had to move, and the little like retainer thing here on the right side, we had to move that in order for it to fit on this car. But it looks like it will fit perfectly once we're all done. As is custom, I got some stuff in my eye.
Shockingly, putting it back on, the hardest thing to do was actually the big mounts.
Yeah.
And putting it on the upper ones because we just couldn't see
The top one sucked, but it really
couldn't
was
see
like we were doing the wrong thing because we changed tactics at the end and then did it pretty quickly.
We did the bottoms first, but no, you're right. Do the tops first.
Yeah, that was
And
one
then go
thing
from
I learned that I relearned many times is like, if you're having trouble doing something
Stop.
on a car, yeah, do change your tactic and do something else. So we've got our Corksport Swaybar in there underneath the cover for the charcoal canister.
So in theory,
So,
we should be good to go.
yep. Yeah, it's hard with the short pole.
There you go. That should be enough. Oh no.
Yeah, hold on. Ooh, I know what to do. I know what to do. No. Just release it. Yeah, now you can lower
All
it.
right, let's give me that
And then put the pole on.
Pneumatics.
Yeah.
Hydraulics. Liquid in a tube.
Side's clear.
Side's clear. Beautiful.
Hey man, it's a car again.
It's a car. Let's take our first turn here. No, definitely. Definitely. Now I noticed that the recovery is a lot
Yes.
more intense. It goes, and then immediately
Yeah.
centers itself again. Whoa, my God, it's night and day. Night and day, holy. In a weird way, it feels more connected, but I guess that's the point, right?
Right, because part of your steering input was rolling the car
Was rolling the
before
car
the
into
car
it.
turned.
Right,
And
now
now that doesn't happen.
it feels more direct.
I can feel from the
Yeah.
passenger seat like how different it is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so much tighter.
It's
Yes,
so much
dude.
better. If you have one mod that you can do, and you found this at a junkyard 15 minutes away, pulled it for what, 25, 30 bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the tools needed, but honestly, it was just 2 different sizes of a wrench and then an Allen key. This is one of the easiest mods you could do.
That's pretty sick.
Pretty sick, man.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's night and day. Absolutely night and day. Wow, that's hilarious.
It's so much better. That'll be something you'll notice when we went over those bumps. That'll be more noticeable with the rear sway bar on.
Yes, that is true.
That is like your sacrifice that you make, is basically just let now the rear wheels are really tied together. So if one of the two goes over a bump, you'll feel it all on the whole car.
But it's true. So you do sacrifice a little bit of ride quality
Right.
because it's stiffer. Yeah, it just behaves like a car should.
It's like not moving at all almost compared to before.
Compared to what it was doing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Few things in life give you immediate feedback
Right.
when you do something.
Right. That's true.
And this gives you immediate feedback. It's like, oh, we did a thing, and it's extremely noticeable. And honestly, we're going over bumps and stuff. It's very negligible.
No, it's not that much worse.
And so I think that was a successful day. Introducing the Mazda to Eric, immediately being surprised with a present, a rear Swaybar, doing a little bit of a test run beforehand, installing it, and then turns out it makes a giant difference. So you were right. One of the easiest things you should do, and probably the first thing that you should do, is install a rear Swaybar. Especially on a front wheel drive, front engine car, I was shocked by how much of a difference it made.
Yeah.
It feels more connected. It makes my steering inputs like actually faster. Doesn't roll as much. Yes, it's slightly more uncomfortable, but that's fine, it's marginal. I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons. With some grease and some hard work, we did it in like a couple hours, and it makes a giant difference. I think what we've unfortunately learned is that I need new shocks in the back. They're completely leaking. Let's tighten up the shifter bushings a little bit. And then see if we can get this thing to pass inspection. And then after that, maybe an exhaust for fun.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, I can't thank Eric enough for finding the part, for helping with the labor, getting it installed, having all the right tools. We did it pretty easily. And hopefully what comes next is gonna be just as good. But Eric, I think it's time that you drove it and see what you think.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, in gravel.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel it. I do feel it. It feels so much better. This feels more like an autocross car to me now.
And it's funny, being in the passenger seat, now that I'm not directly connected to it, is, oh yeah.
Now it's moving you.
Now
the car's not rolling that much.
Correct. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Eric's got memberships now, so if you want to see the stuff that doesn't deserve to make the cut, I guess you can pay a premium.
Yeah, if you want to see the worst stuff that I make sure to subscribe for the membership.
Bye.